That thing you do when someone gets too close, apologizing for existing, going into robot mode during a crisis, that's not a personality quirk. That's a scar, and your brain has been hiding it from you this whole time. I'm about to show you 9 behaviors you think are normal. They're not. They're survival tactics your nervous system is still running, even though the danger is long gone. And by number 4, you're going to realize why you've been so exhausted your entire life. Let's get into it. Number 9, you apologize for existing. Sorry to bother you, but sorry, is this seat taken? You're apologizing for taking up space, for breathing air, for daring to have needs. This isn't politeness. It's a trauma response called fawning, and your brain learned it when being small and invisible is what kept you safe. Dr. Pete Walker calls it the 4th F: fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. When you couldn't escape danger, you became whatever that danger wanted. A child who learns that their needs cause anger stops having needs. An adult who learned that speaking up brings punishment learns to apologize before they even open their mouth. Your brain is still running that program, treating every interaction like a potential threat. The cashier isn't your abuser, your boss isn't your parent, but your nervous system doesn't know that. It's exhausting, right? Constantly making yourself smaller, dimming your light, apologizing for the crime of being human. Number 8, you're weirdly good in a crisis. House flooding? You're calm. Car accident? You're the one calling 911 while everyone else panics. Sudden job loss? You've already got a backup plan. People call you unshakable. But here's the dark truth. You're not calm because you're zen. You're calm because chaos is your baseline. Your nervous system was forged in crisis. Normal people freak out because emergencies are abnormal. For you, this is Tuesday. Dr. Bessel Kolk says trauma survivors often have a window of tolerance that's either too narrow or bizarrely wide in specific situations. You can handle a 5-alarm fire, but completely fall apart if someone raises their voice slightly. Why? Because your brain already lived through the worst-case scenario. It's not impressive. It's sad. You shouldn't have to be this good at surviving. Number 7. You hoard resources like the apocalypse is coming. Extra toilet paper? Check. 3 backup phone chargers? Obviously. Canned food you'll never eat? Absolutely. Money hidden in random places? Of course. This isn't about being prepared. It's about a bone-deep terror of being caught without. When you've experienced scarcity, whether it's food, money, safety, or love, your brain develops what psychologists call resource guarding. Animals do this when they've been starved. Humans do it when they've been abandoned. You're not greedy. You're terrified. That extra $20 hidden in your drawer isn't about the money. It's about the illusion of control. If everything falls apart again, at least you'll have something. The cruel irony? No amount of stockpiling ever makes you feel truly safe because the danger isn't outside anymore. It's the alarm system in your head that never shuts off. Number 6, you can't accept help without feeling like you owe someone your soul. Someone offers to help you move, you're already calculating how to pay them back. A friend buys you coffee, you're keeping a mental ledger. Someone does you a favor, you're now in debt until you die. This isn't gratitude, it's hypervigilance disguised as manners. When past help came with strings attached, manipulation, guilt trips, or demands for repayment, your brain learned that kindness is a trap. Every gift is a Trojan horse. Every favor is a future obligation. So you refuse help, insist you're fine, and carry everything yourself because at least then you're not vulnerable. At least then no one can say you owe them anything. The saddest part? Genuine kindness exists, but your trauma won't let you believe it. So if you recognized yourself in any of this, in the constant apologies, the crisis mode calm, the hidden stashes, the rejected kindness, know this. You're not broken. You're a survivor. And the exhaustion you feel It's the weight of running these programs day after day. It's the weight of carrying these scars. But seeing a scar for what it is, that's the first step to finally putting the weight down. All right, let's get right into it. Number 5, you're either oversharing with strangers or you're a complete vault. You meet someone new, maybe at a party, and within 10 minutes, they know your entire life story. Your childhood, your deepest fears, your wounds, everything. Or, on the flip side, you've known someone for years and they don't even know if you have a brother or sister. There's no middle ground. This isn't a personality quirk. It's what we call trauma bonding or emotional flashlighting, and it's a sign that your attachment system is completely off kilter. Oversharing happens because you never learned what healthy boundaries feel like. You're so desperately seeking a connection that you throw your pain at people, just hoping someone, anyone, will catch it. Being a vault, that happens when you've learned a much harder lesson. Vulnerability equals danger. You've been burned so many times that you've built an emotional Fort Knox. Both paths are exhausting, and both, ultimately, leave you lonely. Because real, true connection happens in the middle ground, a place you never learned even existed. Number 4, you test people. Constantly. You push them away just to see if they'll fight to stay. You pick arguments to see if they'll leave you. You go silent to see if they'll chase you. This doesn't make you toxic. It makes you terrified. When every single person who was supposed to stay ended up leaving, your brain developed a brutal quality control system. It whispers, "Let me hurt them first before they can hurt me." It says, "Let's see if this one will abandon me like all the others." This is a classic self-fulfilling prophecy, and it's your trauma's absolute favorite game. You're so convinced deep down that you're unlovable that you create these impossible tests that no one can ever pass. And when they finally get exhausted and walk away, your brain gets to say, "See, I told you, I was right." But you weren't right. You were just scared. And you pushed away someone who might have been the one to stay. Number 3, you feel guilty for resting. Just sitting down feels wrong. Trying to relax actually triggers your anxiety. Taking a single day off makes you feel like a complete and utter failure. You're not a workaholic. You're running from something. For so many survivors, stillness is dangerous. It's when you stop moving that the thoughts catch up, the feelings surface. The memories start to creep in at the edges. So you stay busy. Productivity becomes your drug of choice. Exhaustion becomes your proof of worth. As the great Dr. Gabor Maté says, the question is not why the addiction, but why the pain. Your addiction is constant motion. Your pain is what's waiting for you the second you stop. Rest wasn't safe in your past. Maybe being productive was the only thing you were ever praised for. Maybe being still meant you were a target. So now, even when your body is screaming at you for a break, your brain is screaming louder. Keep moving, or you will die. Number 2, you're deeply uncomfortable with sustained eye contact. Someone looks at you for just a second too long, and you feel completely exposed, naked, like they can see every single broken piece inside of you. It's not just awkward for you, it's visceral. It hits you in your gut. There's a reason for this. They say the eyes are the window to the soul, right? Well, when your soul has been violated, you learn to keep the curtains shut and locked. Trauma survivors often develop what's called gaze aversion. Looking someone directly in the eye requires vulnerability. It requires trust. It requires a feeling of safety. And if those very things were weaponized against you in the past, your nervous system learned to avoid them at all costs. You are not being rude. You are protecting yourself. Because the last time someone really, truly saw you, they hurt you. And number 1, you don't recognize yourself in the mirror sometimes. You look at your own reflection and a thought flashes through your mind. Who is that? You feel disconnected from your own body, like you're just a pilot in a meat suit. This is dissociation, and it's your brain's emergency ejection seat. When reality became too painful to endure, your consciousness learned how to leave. Dr. Kolk famously wrote that the body keeps the score. But sometimes that body is a crime scene you don't want to revisit. You are not crazy. You are coping. Your brain did exactly what it had to do for you to survive. But listen to me. You're not in that danger anymore. And maybe, just maybe, it's finally time to come home to yourself. If you recognized yourself in any of this, I need you to hear this loud and clear. You are not broken. You are a survivor. Everything you've been doing, all these patterns, that was the first step. That was survival. Healing, that's the second.